Jennifer Hill here with J. Hill Staffing Services, a division of Markham Search at the Winning is Everything Conference in Las Vegas. Today, I'm going to share with you 3 tips on how to be proactive rather than reactive in your next interview. Tip number 1, most of us, when we go into an interview and we're asked the question, tell me about yourself, or what should we know about you, we tend to just go over the average sort of stuff. I left because of this reason, I moved here, or people start with their personal history. What I recommend instead is to proactively anticipate any reasons they might not want to hire you. Maybe it's the fact that you don't have a degree, or you haven't been working, or perhaps that you've job hopped. What you would want to do is tie those answers into your tell me about yourself statement, so that way you're proactively saving the interviewer the trouble of pulling that information out of you, and it equally puts you on the offensive rather than the defensive right off the gates. Number 2, the second way to be proactive rather than reactive in an interview is with the question, why should we want to hire you? How you could handle this question is sometimes if you're asked the question, it's very easy. You can share with them examples and reasons and evidence for why they should want to hire you. However, a way to be proactive with this question is even if you're not explicitly asked, why should we want to hire you, still find ways to tie in those evidence and examples throughout the interview. So say, for example, they say, how was your drive over here today? Instead of just saying, oh gosh, it was a nice drive, you could say, gee, Mr. Employer, it was so funny, it reminded me of my last job when I had butterflies in my stomach starting the first week. By the end of that first week, I was really touched though that my manager pulled me into their office and said I was the quickest learner that they had worked with. See, there, you just proactively shared a reason why they would want to hire you, irrespective of being asked the question, why should we hire you? The third way to be proactive rather than reactive in your next interview is at the end of the interview when they say, do you have any questions for us? Absolutely, ask 3 to 5 questions. Avoid questions about benefits or salary. Ask questions like, what are your expectations? Give me a few words to describe the company culture. All of those are great to ask. And finally, you can be proactive once you've asked all those questions by saying, thank you so much. I appreciate you answering all of my questions. I'm very interested, and that said, I would love to know if there were any questions, concerns, or hesitations that you had about my background that we haven't already covered. In that way, you're proactively anticipating any reason they might not hire you before you walk out of that interview. This is Jennifer Hill with J. Hill Staffing, a division of Markham Search, and wishing you good luck on your next interview.